Hello, I'm the Mad Prince, and I like to talk about stuff. You know I like sports. I talk about sports a lot. And we're gonna talk about sports again. Who likes UFC? Who likes boxing? Boxing ain't got no logo, so I'm gonna just like put gloves or something like right here around this area. And just UFC got a logo, so I guess. I like boxing. Some people like UFC. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like UFC and why I do like boxing. It's different. They're both combat sports, but they're different. I'm not gonna point out the difference. That's not what I do. I'm gonna tell you why I like one and why I don't like the other. Here we go. First, I'm gonna start off with boxing because I already did a video on why I don't like UFC and why UFC confuses the shit out of me. So, boxing. I like boxing because of Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, Mayweather, etc. Those guys were like the epitome of the sweet science. The first fighting science I was introduced to. Not karate, not taekwondo, not any form of a martial arts. I was introduced to boxing. On top of the fact that boxing offers you some of the funniest knockouts you will ever see. You ever saw a dude get knocked out and you still punched on the ground? That shit is funny as shit. It's like you don't want to get hit in the face like that. On top of the fact that boxing to me takes more skill because you have to figure out how to incapacitate your opponent with your fists. With your fists. That's it. You can't kick nobody. You can't grab a nigga and hump him with your dick on the ground. You can't do that. Boxing, you gotta fight. Jab, overhand right, bam. Which the same thing happens in UFC, but you get to kick. But you can't kick nobody in boxing, so you just gotta punch dudes in the face or in the body shot, headshot. Like that, you gotta know how to position yourself to do that. I like stuff like that. It's so dope. You can't open your eye when you do. I don't want to talk to nobody after I can't open my eye. That's crazy. Boxing, you didn't get kicked in the face. You got punched in the face a lot. You can't tell nobody nothing after you get punched in the face 15 times in like a matter of 3 seconds because his hands are in front of your face like this. All you gotta do is block them and get out the way, and you didn't do that. That's your fault. Boxing is so dope because they gotta teach you where to punch, how to make somebody move their arms in a way so you can punch them in the face. That's dope. I'm sure UFC has the same thing, but it's not as dope because you get to hump niggas on the ground. Humping ass niggas. Nobody want to see you hump a nigga on the ground for 30 seconds. This shit just, it's gay. Stop that. Back to boxing. Muhammad Ali is legend. We already know what he did for his sport. UFC don't have that guy. UFC doesn't have a Mike Tyson. UFC doesn't have a Roy Jones Jr. UFC doesn't have a Floyd Mayweather. They got a Conor McGregor, but that don't count because he white. I don't care. So wrap it up for boxing. But boxing is like a legit American pastime. Like, blacks didn't really gravitate to baseball like that unless you lived in the suburbs. But I lived in the city, so I didn't really gravitate to baseball because there wasn't a lot of baseball opportunities. That's what the Dominicans did. I'm not being racist, that's just what happens in New York City. So they didn't like black people, so we went to the basketball court and played basketball or played football, or we slap boxed in the hallway. Slap boxed. Boxing. You compare my hand skills to your hand skills. It's just an easy way to understand who's not handsy and who is. I don't know the word for that, but like, hey, boxing is my favorite thing to watch. That's a combat sport and it's lit. UFC sucks. Let me flip it over to UFC real quick and explain to you why I don't like UFC. I have a couple of reasons. My first reason is you fight in a cage. That's not civilized. I don't think humans should be fighting in the cage. That's savage shit. It takes away the ambiance of it being a sporting event. It looked like I came down to the park to watch two random niggas fighting spandex. That's how I feel when I look at UFC because there's a cage there and it's a black cage and it's dark. I understand they trying to sell a gritty standpoint, but you could get that with like a more civilized setting besides a cage. I'm a civilized human. I know I curse and be belligerent a lot. In my off time, I'm a very civilized human. I like seeing civilized shit. There's something uncivilized about two humans fighting in a cage. My next reason for not liking UFC is people make fun of me for liking wrestling. When I watch UFC, it looked like wrestling. It's not fake. I'm not saying UFC is fake. I'm not saying the moves are performed. I'm not saying the matches are predetermined. I'm definitely not saying that. What I'm saying is, if I want to see somebody get kicked, punched, and slammed all around the mat and dry humped on the ground for 30 minutes, it's like, I'm not watching that. I'd rather watch wrestling. The fights take too long. They drag because people want to lay on the ground and try to submission somebody out because they can't box. I don't got time to be sitting there watching two dudes snail around the mat or whatever that shit is on the ground or the octagon because one dude don't know how to box. All he know how to do is dry hump and like grapple your body up. Nobody want to see that. That shit is boring as fuck. You're not telling me that's exciting. I like, yeah, get his ass. Get his what? Whoa, pause. I don't want to see that. It just takes too. It's like if you tie two snakes together and then you gotta watch them unravel. It's like who's betting on that? Nobody wanna watch that. That shit looks stupid as fuck. Stop that shit. My other reason is because of K1. K1 to me is way better. It's just, I don't know what it is about K1. I know it's kickboxing, but it still takes the same amount of energy to do, I guess. I'm not a martial artist, so I don't know. I'm just assuming. I'd rather see a dude get jab, kicked in the face. No shoot, grab, no grapple. I know we had to make a sport for the grabby niggas, but no, you don't have a sport, grabby nigga. Go take that shit to WWE and wrestling and shit like that. Nobody want to see that shit in the fight. I don't want to see nobody. When you see two people in the street fight and they grabbing on the ground, what's the first thing you do? Break that shit up. Get up out of there. Stand up. We want to see the good fisticuffs going. Nobody want to see that shit. Now, if those fisticuffs going and somebody just so happens to get kicked in the face, that's his fault. Time out. I know I talked about this in my other video. I've never been kicked in the face. I've been punched in the face a couple times, but I've never been kicked in the face. Because it just, the physics of getting kicked in the face is like, you seen his foot leave the ground. What do you think he was doing with that foot? He's not trying to shake your hand, that's a foot. He's trying to kick you. And it hits you in the face of all places. I can understand getting kicked in the ribs, getting kicked in the knees. It's a quick pop, pop. Alright, you can block that, you can move your leg sometimes. If you're not quick enough, you're just getting kicked in the leg, getting your leg kicked off. But you get kicked in the face, that is your own fault. You are responsible for anything hitting you in the face, especially feet. Even hands, you can block them, knock away, step away. A kick, you just duck or just move or trip them. How? I don't get it. That's why I don't like UFC. K1, I respect him. And it's in a ring with ropes around it. Thank you, K1, for giving me a civilized combat sport. UFC, you are uncivilized. That's why I don't like y'all. People who like UFC, you are a savage human. You should judge yourself low-key when you wash your face and look in the mirror. To wrap it up, I like boxing. UFC sucks. K1 is lit. Subscribe to me on YouTube at The Mad Prince. Follow me on Facebook at The Mad Prince Eric Bernard. Follow me on Instagram at The Mad Prince. Have a nice day.